How you doing, man? Welcome, 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 bro. Oh man. I tell you what, here's what you do. Grab yourself a snack, a drink, and kick back, and let's talk about what happened with Apple today. What the hell, dude? Apple was an island unto itself, man. I'm like, there's no freaking way. And which my phone literally just arrived. And I mean, when I say just arrived, I mean all of about 10 minutes ago. But I'll take it, because that means tomorrow, whatever the trading day brings, I'll be front and center watching it. Not trading it, watching it. There's a difference, as I'm learning, it's it's just like what David was saying today and what Coach has been saying all along. Stop freaking when you're not doing well or you're not being consistent. I mean, I've made some good money, but I've also lost some good money. So it's really at a point where you have to kind of put yourself on lockdown and say, okay, stop trading, start training. And I really think, and I'm a person who looks at the glass half full, and in every adversity is the seed of opportunity. It's a cliche, yeah, whatever, but it's true. And I've probably learned more this past week than I have. Let me put it this way. I haven't learned more in this past week or the past few days than I have in the lesson. I've absorbed, and more has resonated with me that I stopped and got out of my own way because I didn't have a freaking phone, to distract me, to make a video, to do this, to do that. All I could do was study. I couldn't trade. I could have called Robinhood and said, hey, stop sending stuff to that phone. It's gone. It's lost. I'm waiting on another one. I'm trying to log in. Let's switch to my email or something. But I didn't want the ability to do that. I didn't want to enable myself. I'm like, let's run with it. Universe, you don't want me to trade right now? Let's run with that shit. Okay? Yeah. Let me sit my ass back and watch for a minute. Okay? Because apparently, whatever's going on, I need to be training and not trading. And I know me. I'm going to be wanting to trade and not sit my ass back and train. So shout out to Coach. Shout out to everybody over at American Dream Trading. Okay. That is my family home. That's where I am learning to become financially free. I'm being taught to fish and not being given fish. He gives us fish too, but he teaches us how to get our own fish, which is more important than just giving us fish. You know what I mean? Because while we'll eat today with him giving us fish, we'll eat forever if he teaches us and we know how to fish for ourselves as well. So, and I won't say what Coach always said. Well, if I drop, I'm not going to talk about that because I don't want to think about Coach not being here. Okay. So, but I know that's the reality of it. Who do I have with me? Is that Ralph?
Yeah, this is me, friend. When I was switching over, I heard you say you got your new phone tomorrow. You said you're going to be front and center in it, right? I don't know, cut off.
I got it today. I just got it 10 minutes ago.
You got your phone, so you're going to be ready for Apple tomorrow, huh?
Yeah, man, whatever it gives. Because today I was like, you mother, just keep going while I'm not in it. Why don't you? And I would have made $1,000 today. No, because I was prepared to be able to do that. You know what I mean? Yeah. So, and there's a couple of dollars sitting over there that I haven't been able to touch, which I love that. So, but I would have had the wherewithal to be able to get into the contracts that David got into, and I could have gotten 4 of them. If I had gotten 4 of those contracts, 2 G's, yo. Mm-hmm. That would have got me out of all the financial bullshit that I'm going through right now. And of course, I didn't have my phone. Well, so I'm like, okay.
It ain't a big deal.
There's tomorrow.
Yeah, it's going to be more days.
Tomorrow.
Yeah, it's going to be more days. I didn't trade it. Well, yeah. I did minimal trading today. When I had to take my dad to an appointment. When I came back, Coach was talking. It was going. I caught him like on the end when he was talking, and then he had left. So I must have made it back here probably about, I guess, right before Coach left, lunchtime or whatever. But yeah, I didn't really trade. Well, I traded this morning. I got up from my session and put one trade on that was a break even. And then I put another trade on that stopped me out. And I was like, I'm not going for this. This shit just that shit was too choppy this morning. Like, Forex market, that shit was... The EWO candles, it was like, man, 4 EWO.
You don't trade Apple at all?
Yeah. Yeah, well, I have Apple on my long term, but
I mean, you weren't in Apple puts or anything today?
No, when I made it back home, the move was over. I traded SQQ. I did buy.
What are you talking? No, dude, the move was going all day, dude.
Well,
all day.
Yeah, it was going all day, but I mean, I added to my Apple shares. I didn't trade. Like, shit, I came in after lunch.
Ralph, oh my God.
I had a lot going on today, so if I would
have
got in, I would have just messed it up. So I didn't.
I don't think Stevie Wonder could have messed that up, and I can make that joke because I'm blind as shit too. So Stevie Wonder couldn't have messed that up. Where's the Apple button? Okay, put here. Okay. I mean, it never changed direction all day long. It did a hefty pullback, but it never broke back above VWAP or any of that. It just...
After I came back from the appointment, man, I thought it was just gonna wreck my long-term account, but it didn't. Well, the long-term account was maybe down like about...
You could have been hedging it.
That's what I did. I bought the SQQs, and that brought it up,
Okay.
But it still didn't bring the whole account back to, like, that's my little strategy that I use for my long-term account. Whenever I wake up, everything be red, I go and get SQQs. Like, I get a couple of shares or a small option, one or the other, and then I take the remaining set of funds and just add to it while it's down. So that's basically what I did. I bought some Q shares and took the rest of the remaining, whatever dollars I had left over. And then whenever at the end of the day, when Coach came back in, he was like, look at Apple, it's still dropping. I took the rest of the remaining. I think I got like maybe $1 worth of unsettled funds in that Robinhood account. I took everything that I had left over, I put in while it was done. Because like I don't like to add to it while it's going down. I kind of want to wait on it to turn and start going back up before I add in, because
man, that there was no green today with that. I mean, I saw that huge pullback, but other than that thing was just, that trend line was pretty. Oh my God, Mark McSee was probably all over that. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that trend line was really what happened? Like, it was some news or something that come out this morning that I heard y'all talking about. Like, what was the reason why?
I think I heard them say, I don't even remember what the news was, but it has something. It was product related, I believe. Yeah. So something about the product being held up or whatever. But man, that's crazy. Yeah, who do we have down here in the chat? Steve. Yep, we got Steve-O. We got Ralph, who's here with me. We got Linda L. We got Diesel Dan. Shout out to you, Diesel Dan. You're in my prayers, brother, always. Miranda, Brad James. Miranda, thank you for sharing the link, sweetie. I appreciate you so much. Brad James, Vegan Knowledge, JJ, my beautiful wife. I love you, honey. L&T Motors, what's up, honey? JoJo, welcome, JoJo. Who else we got in there? Kirk Cook, my usuals. Vaughn, Trader Vaughn, what's up, baby? Kirk Cook and Air, what? What's that? AB J9 or something like that? I don't know. You know me, I'm blind. Hold on. Let me enlarge it. Okay, I don't want to delete somebody. We got Carlos. What's up, Carlos? And we got Nate. Nate in the house. Somebody just... I think that might be...
I can't see the damn comments. I'm going to leave and come back so I can see the comments. I can see them on the YouTube page. I'm going to leave out and come back in.
What's going on, Dawn?
Hey, what's up, Sean? How you, baby?
Man, Busy.
What?
Busy, man. I gotta.
Missed you, brother. We haven't heard from you in a minute, stranger. We missed you. What's going on? How's the job going on?
Between work and full-time dad, Logan, why do you not have no clothes on? Between work and full-time dad, dude, it's like yesterday I couldn't do nothing but listen. I didn't even.
Did you come in yesterday?
I was in. I couldn't do nothing but listen, dude. I'm just
okay. I thought it was just my eyes. Okay.
It was so hectic, man. I couldn't even say, hey, you know what I'm saying? I couldn't hit the keyboard, couldn't do nothing. So
yeah, it's all good.
But I didn't want to just sit in here.
You showed that you were here. You were like, hey, I'm here. I just can't fuck with y'all right now. But I
can't say shit.
I kind of got it.
Man, yeah. If I ever pop in like that, trust me, it's there's a reason.
It's like, okay, I got y'all in the background. I just want y'all to know I'm
here. yeah. So, but no, man, it's just it's just very busy. I'm getting a chance to.
Have you had a chance to trade anything?
I'm getting a chance to do some trading. Did
you get an Apple at all today?
No, man. See, and you know what? Because I didn't trade Apple today is because what started. I was already on something. By the time Apple started doing its thing or whatever the case may be, I was already on something. And here, let me tell you what I did today, because I did something new.
It started right out the gate doing this thing. You sound like Ralph.
Really?
It was too late. No, it ran all day and it started at the beginning of the day. Yes, it did. It was one of those.
Yeah, it was dumped all day.
Happens.
That was dumped all day.
Yeah, man, right from the jump.
I wasted my time.
Damn.
I played around with IONQ.
ION. Oh, okay.
That was something I had been keeping an eye. Something that was affordable, and it was a little too volatile today. So I'm getting very, very man. I set a stop for. I set a stop for 45 cents. No, wait a minute. I set a stop for.
Oh, you did. Oh my gosh, I'm losing it.
There's 5 cents in the field at 45.
Okay.
And, that kind of shit happened.
I didn't get all that. I'm sorry. My wife came in. I didn't get all that. But you made some money on it, though?
No. Hell no.
Oh, shit. I'm sorry. I missed it. Go ahead. Start over for me.
I got stopped out. I set a stop.
Oh.
I set my stop for 55 and it filled at 45. Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
What?
Yeah, really, it did. So that was
oh, that sucks.
That's the thing is this is why I prefer to I guess I prefer to manually close. And I heard someone ask, I don't know if it was Coach or they were asking David or someone had a question today, like, instead of using a stop, do you ever just sit with your finger on the trigger ready to sell it, or you know what I'm saying, ready to counter whatever's going on?
Yeah, like a mental stop.
Well, yeah. I mean you sitting there watching it. If you're babysitting and with your finger on the trigger, as soon as it gets to a certain point, the only thing that delays you is your emotions about the situation.
But check this out. Exactly. I used to do that. I trust me better than the stop. Plus, I don't want them stopping me out.
No. That's dangerous.
I learned to stop doing that. Yeah, because
I
learned that I don't have a tolerance for stopping. I will let it go and keep going.
It was dangerous for me.
You might have it. I don't have it.
It was dangerous for me to put a stop in today. Rob, I don't know if you heard. I set my stop. I set my stop at 55 cents.
You know what that reminds me of?
45 cents.
Damn.
That reminds me of the seatbelt thing. Are you safer with it or safer without it type shit? You know what I mean?
Man.
Because we had a guy that came in the Zoom call the other day. You remember Callie. Callie was in a car accident where the airbag damaged her and kind of beat her up a little bit. But the guy who was an insurance guy said, yeah, but there's more people that live with the airbag than not. You may get a little banged up, but at least you're still alive. And that's the same thing with the stop. If you keep putting the stops in, every now and then you're going to get a hiccup where it doesn't work. But more often than not, if you have the stop in there, you're going to stay alive in the trade. You're going to keep your account alive.
What it really does is helps you It helps you mechanically remove the emotion, so you don't have to make the decision whether to pull yourself out or not.
Yeah, that's true.
If you have your rules set and things like that, whatever they are, if you have your parameters set and you use these tools, then you know what I'm saying, you don't have to do nothing. Yeah. You don't have to. You ain't got to feel however you feel about it. Oh, I want to get out. Oh,
that's how it's supposed to be.
That's that's how and that's how I understand it. But you know what I'm saying, when you have certain things like mechanical slippage, you know what I'm saying? Dude, 10 cents.
With me, it wasn't the mechanical slippage. It was the smart money jumping up and blowing and hitting triggering my stop that made me stop using them. Then I realized, okay, I'm not putting my seatbelt on.
It was
and I just started putting it back on. It's coach's rule, so I started doing it.
The candle that was supposed to be at the stop was a very big candle, so the volatility. I looked away for a minute, or when did something, whatever, changed my screen or whatever, and the candle was a very big candle, so therefore the volatility could have popped at that moment, and that's why it blew my stop. But it eventually did catch it and just keep going. So I guess there's one good thing, it didn't continue. You know what I'm saying? I just had a little bit of slippage.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say. Right. If that's what happened, it don't matter if you put it in yourself or had to stop. The slippage still would have got you out at that price.
Yeah, but the cool thing is it was slippage and not drainage.
Exactly.
You know what I mean?
Exactly.
Yeah, it could have been drainage if you didn't have to stop in.
And I
So ultimately, you did the right thing.
At the moments that I'm getting in and out were, moments when I should get in or out. It was the optimal moments to get out. So therefore, if there was some volatility going on, that's one of the reasons why I was exiting. That one didn't work out for me. It was a new one, something I was trying. It was affordable, whatever. I like how it typically chooses a direction. When I'm,
do you chart levels? Have you started charting levels? Do you know any levels for it?
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. And I'm getting very
lion ass. Lion ass. No, you don't.
I'm getting much better with my charting. I'm getting much better with my charting. Just like I was telling David, sometimes it's so creepy because I have my pre-market lines or dotted lines, and my open market lines are solid, right? And I use solid black lines. Okay, I mean I use black lines instead.
What do you have a white background?
No, actually on my Weeble it's the blue background. So, but I'm able to differentiate. It cuts through. For me, it cuts through. Yeah, and I'm able to see the channels and things better. It works for me. So I don't have when I have a bunch of different colors, man. I have a bunch of red and greens, and it's too much. So what I've found, and another thing too that I'm practicing at the moment. I'm practicing charting my more of my resistance than my support. I want to see where it bounces, I want to see where it won't go up, going, in the upward trajectory. I want to see where what it's bouncing off going upward. You know what I'm saying? And it's just a little experiment or whatever, something to try to pay attention to instead of doing both, because I typically do both. Try to pay attention to both. But it's so surprising.
But see, how can one work without the other? Is where
well, see, the thing is,
because sometimes support.
one turns into the other. Exactly. So that is one of the reasons why I'm going, or I'm kind of using. I'm just, and then I say I'm experimenting with this little technique. And when I'm doing just the resistance lines instead of doing some supports, when they turn into supports, I leave them. But that's the thing is, this helps my charts not get so cluttered. Because when they become support,
yeah, but that support line is huge though, because if you're sitting there at a resistance level and it starts to break down, you're going to want to know when it's going to start breaking back up to know where your resistance is. It may go back up to the same spot, but where's it going to stop when it goes down?
And I guess the thing
is, it's like the same amount of importance to me.
Super comfortable with this because today I was watching it on the 1 minute to 2 minute and the 5 minute. So I'm watching basically every candle movement. You understand? Everybody don't have the patience. Everybody don't want to sit and do that. A lot of people don't want to do that, whether they have the patience or even if they have the time. A lot of individuals do not want to sit there and watch every single solitary candle move bit by bit. I don't mind that.
I'd almost rather do that. If I'm being honest, I would rather do that and learn the candles and watch them real time than draw those fucking lines. But I know that the lines are crucial, up and down, because that way
I chart it out.
Yeah, it's like that way. If you don't know the levels, just the past few days of listening to Coach and watching Coach's videos and listening to David has really just changed the game for me with the support and resistance. That is my new. It used to be the 2 minute EWO. Now I'm on support and resistance with the 2 minute. It's like Reese's cups. You can't have the peanut butter without the chocolate. And if you don't have those two together, you're shooting yourself in the foot. You can be in an EWO all day long, but if you don't know what's going to start, topping out at or bottoming out at, why? You know what I mean? You're just playing blind. You're just hoping that the EWO continues blindly.
But this is what I want. This is what the point I was trying to get to. I said I think it was David, but it was so creepy to have old lines. I had a line, a dotted line, so it was a pre-market line. It matched up so perfectly to today. I didn't even know. I had to go back and look from where it was from, and because it was dotted, I knew it was pre-market. So sometimes it's creepy,
right?
It's creepy how they match up. That's the the main thing. So yes.
Do you know what caused it to come back? Do you know what caused them to come back to them lines?
Human behavior, repetition.
Who?
The market is going to do that.
Nate?
It's going to revisit.
Hey, Nate.
If these were specific points of interest at one point in time, especially if they were significant points of interest, they're going to revisit.
That's true.
I tried to pay as very, very close attention to that as I could today with every single. I watched every candle. I really, really watched this stock today. You know what I'm saying? Couldn't really get on the right side of it, but I really paid attention to it today. With the lines.
Yeah, shout out to Buddy. Yeah. Well, that's a good thing.
What's going on, Nate?
Hey, how y'all doing?
How are you doing today, sir?
I'm doing all right.
How much did you take from the bank today?
Actually,
I call the stock market the bank.
No, actually, I did a lot of pre-market trading, and I kind of overtraded today. So
I remember hearing you say that this morning.
Yeah, I kind of overtraded, so it kind of I lost a little bit of money, but I'm so far up this week, so it doesn't matter.
Yeah, it happens. So basically, you didn't lose. You lost house money, basically.
Well, yeah, we called it that, but it's money.
Yeah.
But I hear y'all talking about that.
What were you in?
I was in.
Were you in Verb?
Darn, I can't think of the name of it now. I have it at my journal at the house.
Pally?
Pally. Yep.
I remember hearing you say Pally this morning. Coach had just called it out and added it to the hot stock picks, and then you had jumped in and said, "Is this one of the hot stock picks?" Yeah. And he had literally just said it 5 minutes. So y'all spotted that at the same time, basically.
No, actually, I had been in it since about 7:30. I had already traded Pally.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So
okay.
So
and made some money off of it.
Well, I had gotten in and got out with I think I had 5,000 or 6,000 shares, and then I saw right at when he came on the live, it started going back up, so I jumped right back in it, and lost a little bit of money. Then I jumped in, made a little money. Then I jumped out, lost a little money. I mean, it was I just overtraded. That's all. Yeah.
It happens.
Yeah, but y'all, I hear y'all talking about y'all marking your charts and stuff like that. I haven't gotten that far yet. I never mark anything. I kind of just.
But you do it. I heard you been saying you do it. You say you wait till it go to the bottom and then you get in.
Well, I go back, a week, 2 weeks, 3 weeks, sometime a month, and see where the bottom is. And then I'll wait for it to get down there.
That's charting, Nate. That's charting.
Well, I don't mark it though. I don't mark it. It's a mental thing.
But you don't have to. But you're still charting, bro.
Well,
you're still charting because that's what that is. It's going back, seeing levels, and you already so far ahead. You can't even keep up with your damn self.
Well, what I normally do, I'll go ahead and put my order in for that level. I'll go ahead and pre-order for that level. And if it gets down there, if I'm watching something else, I automatically know it kicked in and picked my order up. Then I'll start, watching it from that point on. And then normally when it gets up in resistance, if it's going up there 2 or 3 times and hitting that thing and coming back and hitting that thing and coming back, then I start looking to take profits. And sometimes I'll wait, but most of the time I look to take profits when it starts doing that. Yeah. So I trade a little different.
Charting 101.
I don't
charting
know.
10 friggin' 1, dude.
I don't know what you call it.
Whatever it is, it's good.
Yeah, it's good.
It's working, right?
It's worked for me. Yeah. I ain't changing nothing. Yeah. I ain't changing nothing. I'm still gonna surprise y'all.
I think that's the one thing.
I'm gonna do some options one day. I'm still gonna surprise y'all. I'm gonna do some options one day.
Well, you know who surprised me today was our little Miss Christina with the options, buying 5 contracts. I got 5 contracts and I may go with 2 or 3. I'm like, look at this one trading some options today.
Yeah, I'm gonna try.
But I was like, okay.
I'm gonna try it. I just like I said, it's timing. It's timing. That's all.
It is.
Yeah.
It is. And I tell you what, at least you have enough it built up that you can trade it without worrying about losing and clearing out your account, because we know you don't do that. You empty your account out like Coach said. So you're only going to lose so much in the learning process. So I don't worry about you, Nate. I know you'll be fine, dude.
Well,
when you get it, oh my goodness.
Well, my cutoff, like I said, I started freaking out when I get down around $1,000. That's when because I'll stay in it till I get down to about 1,000, and I'll start talking about getting out. So, and I've been there a couple of times. I've been there quite a few times actually. But
that's your tolerance level.
That's my tolerance level. But when it turn around, normally I'm in it so deep, because when it gets real low, I'm down there. Sometimes I'll pile it on. I'll just load it up. And then when it turns around, it just goes through the roof. And I love it when it does that. Yeah. That's some tolerance.
Because you've loaded the boat at the low level.
Yeah, that's some tolerance for you right there when you do stuff like that.
Yeah, because a lot of people would jump out, instead of jumping out. See, that's you trading like the smart money. You down here again? Let me say, most people would be scared thinking, oh, it's dropping. You're like, nope, I know this level. I know it's probably going to shoot up, so let me load the boat as it's coming. Come on down here to me. That's right. Come on.
What I like to do is I go down there and try to find where the price exploded from.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? And then whenever the price come back down, there's gonna be pending orders there.
Yeah.
No matter if it's pending orders left over from the person who moved the market that way, or other traders like me that's going in and putting limit orders. So price should reject from there. You know?
Okay, let me ask you all this. If it's the same, do you stay in that same stock all day to watch that?
For me, no, because I'm trying to be out by the time Coach does his setups. I'm trying to be through. Every now and again, I'll jump back in something, but most of the time, I done made my money. That little hour and a half, 2 hours, I'm out.
And do you go back Okay, wonder what happened to that stock from 2 days ago. If it's not on your radar that day, you don't mess with it no more, huh?
I don't care. I mean, I just wait for the next day. I could care less, because that's when you start getting greedy, and that's when you start giving your money back to the market. Yeah,
that's true.
I got you.
Yeah, I could care less. Yeah, so because my thing has always been, even if I trade light, I try to make $1,000 a day. That's $30,000 a month. Okay, I mean, who can't live off that? Come on, keep it real.
I can't. I need a little bit more than that.
No, you
Sorry,
don't.
I need a little bit more than that.
No, you don't. No, you don't.
Dude, I could live off 50 a day. Okay, 50 a day. I'm saying, because that's where my container is. Once I grow my container, as T. Harv Eker says, once I grow my container, I need to have the capacity to trade and do what I need to do with that 50. When I feel like I'm there, then I'll move to 100. Then I'll go to 500, then 1,000. You know what I mean?
Yeah, but when
I'm finally
when you tell people that and they say, well, $1,000 a day, and I'm like, come on, who can't live off $1,000 a day? I mean,
you can live good.
You can do what you want to do. You can slap your employer in the mouth. He probably wouldn't care.
You can.
You probably don't even care. You probably ready to quit that week.
Right.
For real.
Yeah, because I think about that all the time. Because I'm like, man, I ain't doing nothing today. I don't care what happens. I'm going downtown, sit on Main Street, and watch TikTok all day.
Wow.
So,
I'll be there with you.
So prime example.
My wife always asks me that every morning. So what you gonna do today? Not a goddamn thing.
Remember, Coach said that, and he said, "I don't want to do nothing." What did I do on my day off? Nothing. What do men want to do when we go on vacation? Nothing.
Yeah, she was
with the guy in Office Space. What would you do if you had $1 million, man? If I had $1 million, I would do absolutely nothing.
Exactly. My wife was trying to get me to move
a sofa.
Would I. She was trying to get me to move a sofa the other day, and I'm like, I ain't doing a damn thing. You better get 2 men in a truck or somebody, some fools in a truck. I'm not doing nothing. You ain't gonna make me throw my back out.
Right? Hey, listen, here's a couple dollars. Go hire some dudes to go move that couch. There you go. I will be sitting my ass at the beach.
Yes. I told her, I said, wait,
I'm already in a resort area.
Yeah.
I already live in a resort area. So all I need now is the money to come up in the account so I can actually enjoy the area that I'm living in.
Well, you'll be okay. You stay in the game long enough. You'll be here. I mean,
I ain't going nowhere.
And
I'm enjoying it anyway without the money. So I know when the money gets there, it'll be even better.
I love trading.
I'm dumber than a box of rocks. So if I can do it, anybody can do it. I tell people that all the time. I'm dumber than a box of rocks. So come on, keep it real.
That's what's so charming about you, though. You like Christina. You laugh at yourself like that.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? That's awesome.
I be listening to Nate in the morning when he be trading. Be like, oh man, that's something. Come on now, why you want to do that? Nate be whispering, and I be like,
you know my favorite thing Nate does. Wait a minute, hold up. Who is this? Yeah. That's Nate all day.
Listen,
yeah.
I heard Nate he said about, he was talking to himself or something. You say your wife was like, "Who you talking to yourself?" Man, I talk to myself too much. Yeah. Traders, I think that's like a signature. Traders talk to themselves.
Yeah.
I do.
Yeah. I gotta tell you, I've been doing it since I was a litlittle kid. People used to tell my mother, "Janice, who is she in that bedroom talking to?" She been there playing with herself, girl. Oh, yeah. Don't even worry about it. Well, and I have grown up doing that. I am my own best dude all day long. All day. Like, what the hell? Jan will come in here, baby. All right? Oh, okay. Yeah, you talking to yourself. Okay. And then I hear her doing it in the kitchen. So, yeah.
I'll do it because I'll get out of the stock and I'm saying to myself, I'm like, now watch this bastard go through the roof time I done got out. And sure enough, I sell all my shares and I scream out, "You bastard, you went through
the roof." Traders have to talk to themselves because for the most part, we either we are doing this alone or no one will understand us.
Right.
No one's going to understand our language or our emotions, our plight, what we're going through on a daily basis. You know what I'm saying? If I ever were to meet someone else who does this on the capacity that I do it, you know what I'm saying, I would be able to give them leeway on mood swings and things like that, because you never know what you might be angry or happy or whatever, indifferent about, for real.
Yeah,
that's right.
I'll tell you what, there are so many things in life that equate to trading, that remind me of trading, you know what I mean? Mood swings, whatever you want to call it, anything. If it goes up and down, it reminds me of trading. You know what I mean?
But it's so hard. It is so hard.
You just say that
again. Let David explain some of the stuff that he does, and it's like, I can't do that shit. Yeah. What?
And look,
and you got to measure all the levels, and it's like you got to keep constantly be checking. And I don't feel like doing that shit, but you got to do it.
And look,
you got to do it. It's hard.
There's an abandoned house in my neighborhood, right? Now, I've lived in this neighborhood for over a year, like 12 months, 13, 14 months now. And it's in the path that Logan and I, when I walk him to the park, right? So I see this house. I've seen this house constantly. And there's a demolition code spray painted on the side. It says EA1. You know what I see, right? EMA 21. So upset.
Nice. Trader vision.
Right. I see. Dude, it's ridiculous.
Wow. That's some Freudian shit right there, dude.
Yeah.
That's a Freudian slip of the mind right there. I like that.
Yeah, we just gotta stay the course. We got a good community, and we just stay the course in what we're doing, and we'll all be successful doing what we're doing.
I heard you said the other day, every single day to make it become a routine. Every single day.
Every day. I don't care if you lose money. You gotta do it every day.
I'm still here because I've lost more than I've gained, but I'm not going anywhere because I'm determined. I'm said like you, that's the price I had to pay to learn that particular lesson that day.
That's right.
You know what I mean? And sometimes you got to learn that lesson a couple of times in order for it to sink the hell in. Okay, I got to stop doing that.
Yes, ma'am.
Look, I can't pay my rent now. I gotta stop doing that dumb shit.
So
that is the
you gotta get a concept from that.
When the repo man comes and takes your shit out of the driveway, that's when you have the wake up call. That has not happened, but that's when you have a true wake up call that you gotta stop if you're really gonna do this. Otherwise, you're just gonna continue to lose money.
So another thing you can do is take the money out of the equation. I mean, I'm not talking about paper trading, but I'm just saying, go so small that
I'm thinking in terms of money.
It won't matter if you have a losing trade or winning trade. It won't affect you either way because you're not gonna get it in one trade. It's gonna take a basket and a whole bunch of trades to get you up there. So you need to focus more on winning trades. bigger winning trades than the losers. The losers need to be small and just focus on that, and the money gonna follow. As long as you trading green, it's gonna come.
That's right. Arlo, Buddy, and Juan. What's up, peeps?
I thought about it like this today, considering the fact that I use Webull for charting and I place trades in other platforms. For me, it's kind of never. It's hard to watch the money and also watch the trade because I'm switching back and forth.
Block it.
So I don't. So in some respects, to that, I have no choice but to just stay in the trade or watch the trade or not look at my P&L because I can't see it anyway.
Mm-hmm.
I never look at mine. I got a piece of paper blocking mine every time. I never look at it. Yeah.
Me neither.
Jimmy does that same thing. Jimmy doesn't watch his until the end of the day.
Yeah. I'll tell you, I take profits every Friday. I take my money out that Webull account.
Like a paycheck.
Yes. And I have blown that account up a couple of times because I took out too much and I went below my margin account, minimum, which is 25,000. So that has pissed me off a couple of times that I let that happen. But you know what? It is what it is. The minute I find out I went below, I just go ahead and wire it right back to them. And I've done it so many times that they just go ahead and credit me the money.
It's like, we know you're good for it, Mr. Nate.
And the thing about it, I know what they're waiting. They're waiting for something to happen, and then they can quit doing it. But they've done it so many times for me. I just go on and wire the money to them, and and keep trading.
Right.
Yeah, just keep trading.
Wow. And that's a good way to be too, because I heard Coach mentioning it about to. He like, man, that's the only thing they can take from him.
Yeah, exactly.
That's it. They can only take the money you put in, whatever that number is.
One day, I'm gonna trade 100% of my account. I'm gonna trade all of it on something one day.
You keep saying that. Oh my God.
I'm gonna do it. I'm telling you, I'm gonna do it, and it's gonna be in one of them stocks that done had some good news on it, and it's probably got some FDA.
You talking about the whole $25K?
I'm gonna trade $150,000. I'm gonna trade that whole account, the margin and everything.
Oh my God! What is going on in here? What happened?
Yeah.
Who gave him gummies?
Coach said it this morning. If y'all was listening to Coach said it this morning.
Nate,
go ahead.
Nate, somebody gave you some gummies?
No, I just want to.
And the perspective of it, though, if you look at it, he can trade that amount.
Look, hold on, don't do your whole account. Just do 50,000. Be like, okay, I'm gonna just do 50,000.
Do that all the time.
But see, I'm not gonna do it. I'm not gonna do it.
He did that today.
But I'm not gonna do it in pre-market.
He's waiting for the perfect setup to do it.
Yeah, I'm not
if he does it.
I understand that.
Yeah, I'm not gonna do it in pre-market. I'm gonna do it in regular market where I can put a stop in just in case it go fool. So
Yeah.
But
that's the smart thing to do.
Cause I
wait for the perfect setup, Nate. You'll know when it's there.
Yeah, I'm gonna find it. It's just a matter, and just like Coach said this morning, and if y'all heard him, he said, listen to the news. Look for stocks that's got news on them. He was telling y'all 100%. I'm gonna tell you, 95% of my trades is all news trades. News.
Look,
I don't
remember Lee did that.
Who?
Lee did that. Lee,
you can make a lot of money. Yeah, you can make a lot of money with them news trades, though. I'm gonna tell you.
Yeah, I'm telling you.
I just don't like the news that come out of nowhere. That's the reason why I didn't trade. Well, all right. I started my day off, It was real choppy. So I went and looked at pairs that I don't really trade. Okay. Then I went to the dollar CAD, and that was a break even trade. It was like a 1 pip win or whatever. I drug it to stop the break even. And so I went to GJ, right? And that's what y'all talking about, the news. Like, I saw the spreads widen up. I'm like, what's going on here? This thing about to move. And then on the side of TradingView, which is what I trade in, I seen the little news alert come up, and that bitch dropped and ripped my face off. I said, what the? I just got in the trance. I said, you know what? I'm going to just go to sleep, go to take my daddy to the appointment. I ain't even trade the rest of the day because that just ruined my whole mood. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, but it depends. It depends on when you get in, because I try to get in within minutes of me hearing that news in the morning. That's why I started trading pre-market because of that.
Yes,
because I could get in. Yeah, I can get in super early.
I hate whenever I'm trading and the news just come out when I'm already in, which is nothing I could do about that. It's not like I knew the news event was coming. You know, I didn't know the news event was gonna come. It was like a shocker news, like, you know.
Right.
That's just, I believe some of that shit be playing.
But you know, if you mentally can control your trade, you can trade at any time in the market if you can control your trade. In other words, know what your risk tolerance is. And that's what I had to struggle with. I'm like, well, how much can I actually lose that I can get up from the table and say, hey, okay, I lost this much today, let me get back in it tomorrow. But if I got to sit there and sweat it, I'd rather just get out early. I mean, you know, just take a couple of dollars.
I don't even know why I got so upset when it happened, because like Cox was talking about earlier, I had a stop in place. The stop stopped it, you know, so why am I beating myself up over that? I don't know. It ticked me off whenever it happened. You know, I just shut it down. I was like, man, I ain't even trading the rest of the day. I'm gonna take my daddy to the appointment. It's just not my day.
Well, the day was kind of choppy anyway.
May I offer maybe a possible suggestion?
What's that?
Like you mentioned just a little while ago, which is quite accurate when you said, you know, let's take the money out. You mentioned that, and that's true, right? Okay, I agree with that. But then I was also thinking, you know, as you said that, I was also thinking, well, once we take the money aspect out of it, then there's still the aspect whether I'm right or I'm wrong. I don't care if the money is in there or not. I don't care if, you know what I'm saying? And in some sense, that's why kind of, for me, you know, paper trading is like it, because the thing is, am I right or am I wrong? You know, if I make a trade or if I mentally make a trade or I wanted to make a trade and I didn't get a chance to today, I had to go pick Logan up. So I was trying to place a trade, and because I didn't have enough money to do a market buy, I have to do a limit buy.
Right.
So you know what I'm saying? You know how that, you know, they feel that if and when they get to you, if the price so fits it. So I didn't get a chance to place a trade, right? But okay, so it didn't happen. Good, because as soon as in the process it turned around. Okay, all right, good. So you know I dodged a little bullet on that one, right? But the thing is, you know what I'm saying? In my mind, I knew I had an inkling of what was going to happen because I was ready to put my money where my mind was and place the trade. So I felt like I was right. So even if you remove the money aspect, you know what I'm saying, we're still going to have that mental thing that I don't care how big it is or whatever. If it, you know, whether you're right or not doesn't wreck your account. I mean, unless you got money involved, unless you have money involved, you know what I'm saying? So that's why you still feel the way you feel, even though you set a stop loss. You know what I'm saying? You fell within the parameters that you are comfortable with, but you still don't like it. Why? Because you know what I'm saying. In the end, you know what I'm saying. You kind of feel like, oh, I was wrong. I mean, that's me. You know what I'm
saying?
Right. And a lot of people. We don't want to. And what was the guy trading in the zone? He said that. He said that you know, I listening to his book also confirmed that, because I have been thinking about that as, you know, being a parent. You don't like it if your kid if you say something and your kid correct you. You don't like that. Your child, I'm raising you. You can't correct me. So it's like the market. Hey, you know, don't tell me I'm wrong. I've studied you and charted you, and I've been watching you for months. Don't tell me I'm wrong, damn it. and take my money behind it. No, you know.
Well, you got to remember.
Yeah, you can't.
We are trading in a market that we don't really 100%
know.
know.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. You can't be right.
Yeah,
you ain't gonna be right every time. But as far as the blowing up of the account, I ain't gonna never do that, because I ain't gonna never put the position size on it. Like when I set the trade, I'm coming in with the amount that this is the only amount that I come in with a percentage. I'm not gonna let the market get the chance to take 3% from me. Like, I'm not gonna put the trade on, you know. And whatever that number is for you, or for anybody, they should trade the same way, you know. And it took me a while to get that way. I didn't just start it like that. In the beginning, it was rough over trading. Like, it's hard to not over leverage, not over trading that too. But to put the big position size on, like, I done heard so many people with these market swings and, you know, talking about they blew up their account and this, like the only way you can blow the account up is the over leverage. Like, I don't see no other way. You know what I mean?
Well, what I do is, even if I go small, I just got a rule of thumb. If it's under $3 a share, then I'll spend $3,000 on that position.
Right.
So how many shares I start out with 3,000. If it's over, then I go back down to $2,000.
Right.
So that helps me, because, like I say, I can control that amount of money. Even if I went down 1,000, it's not a big deal.
Right.
So, but you know, sometimes the 3,000 end up 6,000. Sometimes it's 7,000, depending on when I get in and if I have to buy in at some point. If it keeps going down lower, say I bought in and the stock was $3, but I look back at the charts over a month, that stock has been as high as $17. So I'm right around that $3 mark, a little lower. I'm in, and I'm loading the wheelbarrow up. At some point, I'm loading it up, because I know it's going to get back there. Yeah, especially if the volume.
That's what I'm about to say. Especially if the volume rises. You know?
Yeah, if the volume come in, it's almost a done deal at that point. Even if I made it halfway up the ladder, I done made a good hit on it. So, you know, but, you know, you just, like it is, it's trading. I mean, you know, you can expect to lose some money sometime. As good as Coach is, he lose money all the time.
Right. I lose
good
money,
as he is.
You know.
Yeah.
But I have a set amount that I won't let it go. And since I started following Coach's 3% rule, you know what I mean? I done seen a lot more, what can I say, consistency. Since I done put that 3% in place and taking it serious over these last, I'd say 2 months or so, that was a big game changer right there, you know?
Yeah. And I think if you stay with some stuff and work on those fundamentals, you'll be fine. It's just, you know, it's the stock market. I don't get overly joyed about it. I just try to get good at what I'm doing, be a better trader.
Right.
Yeah. So, you know, David, he was talking about a lot of stuff today. A lot of traders come in and they all of a sudden want to load the boat, and they want to go in on the stock, and he just joined.
I'm laughing because I heard you today, Nate.
Yeah.
Nate came in and said, "You're doing a really good job, David. I appreciate it."
Yes,
something to that aspect. Yeah. I said, "Listen, that Nate." I was sitting over there thinking to myself, David
Yeah,
is
because he was
preaching to the
100%
choir
right.
right now, son. He telling the
Yeah, because
truth.
he was 100%. Yeah, he was 100% right, because those traders, coach don't even get an opportunity to really show them how to trade, because they quit. They just quit.
Yes, they'll make a bunch in the beginning, and and then whenever they go out on their own, and then the day ain't as sweet as it was that day that they made the bunch, and then they try to blame it on the market,
Well, sometimes they don't make nothing. Sometimes
Yeah,
they blow their little account.
exactly.
And
Someone
then,
blow the whole account, and then what
and
I
then
was
they
thinking.
done.
I was thinking about what you had mentioned about when you said you wish there was a way that they could have like a boot camp or a set amount of days that when new traders come in, they could just where they only can trade shares to show them, not to go and put on that amount of money. You know what I mean? Because
I told a guy that today,
mm-hmm.
and he was telling me he's a trader and he trades options. I said, well, let me ask you a question. I said, you trade options? He said, Nate, I don't understand why you don't trade options. You got the account. I said, well, let me ask you this. I said, what's your best day? He said, my best day about $5,000. I said, well, my best day $104,000. And I was trading shares. So what you got to say about that?
Yeah, it seemed like every day that passed. I ain't mean to cut you off, Nate, but it seemed like every day that passed, somebody have that question. Like, it was one lady that was like, she raised her hand and she was like, "Well, I hear a lot about options. Is there any way that y'all do shares?" I'm like, "Man, when we stop doing shares?"
Yeah. Well, the thing about it, y'all got to remember, when people are listening to the call out and they hearing big numbers, somebody hitting 10,000, 15,000, coach over there hitting 30,000, and he's playing options, and they get caught up in that. So they forget about, with shares you can get those fundamentals down, and then you can jump into options if that's what you want to do.
Right.
But you gotta have, but you gotta have them fundamentals, because I'm gonna tell you right now, I don't see myself none this year jumping into options, in a big way, because I don't think I got the fundamentals. I really don't. I don't understand it. I just don't understand it to the point where I can actually feel good about it. And I ain't scared to say that. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Yeah.
It's real tricky.
Yeah. Well, I ain't about tricky. Shoot. I'd rather keep doing what I'm doing, and instead of playing tricks with myself, try to hit a miss here and there. No, you ain't gonna tear my head off going back the other way.
There's a bombardment. There's a immense bombardment of YouTube and TikTok information from all different from trade, coaches and traders and all type of individuals in regards to how to turn $100 into at least $1,000 with options.
Right.
You're not going to find that many, you know what I'm saying? You're not going to find it like that with shares, because
nope.
When I didn't this isn't something that I aspired to or something. I was trying to find something that I could stay at home and be a dad. I could work from home.
Right.
I didn't want to do customer service, so I'm, you know what I'm saying? I'm like, oh yeah, this is, so this fit it actually fit my personality perfectly. So I'm actually glad I'm here, but it wasn't really an objective. So, the first thing when I go to the internet and I go to YouTube and I'm searching tutorials and things, what's going to come up? Options.
Yeah.
Options. You know what I'm saying? Hey, Nate, I'm gonna be honest with you, brother. I God bless you. I God bless you. I swear, I don't know how the hell you did what you did, and I wish I did, because I would stop doing what I'm doing and do what you're doing, because what I'm doing isn't necessarily working. so you know what I'm saying.
Well, remember the month Coach stopped everything he was doing and wanted to trade shares that whole month.
He out of the clear fucking blue. He didn't tell nobody. He just started doing it by, oh yeah, I'm just doing shares.
No, he built up to it. He said I think it might have been March.
It was a 4 month.
He said in the month of March, I'm gonna it was like I'm only gonna trade shares, but he didn't last the whole month, because Coach is an options guy, so he likes trading out. That's where his home is. So the shares were too slow.
He was killing it.
Yeah, but he always preaches that you should start out. He always preaches you should start out in shares, and then graduate. Just because he doesn't do them doesn't mean he's not telling people to do them, because he is. But whether people follow suit or not, no, because they're gonna want to be like Coach and always do what Coach.
Well, let me ask y'all
a
question.
He does options.
Let me ask y'all a question. Y'all listening? Okay.
We are.
I'm gonna break it down to you. What if each one of y'all had a $5,000 account, and you had 30 days to build it to $25,000, where you could get a margin account? You follow me? All right. Do you think that's realistic?
Yeah.
Yes.
Thank you.
Extremely.
Thank you. Yeah. That's my whole point.
Yes. For someone who knows what the hell they're doing, hell yes.
Yeah, that's my whole point. So if you was doing options for a whole month and you weren't successful at it because of something you was doing, but you could take that same account with the $5,000 and grow it for 30 days to get where you need to be, wouldn't you be satisfied with that account? I mean, it's your money.
Yeah, I would be, because that's what I'm doing. I ain't been trading no options in a while. Like, it's been a while since I trade options. Yeah.
And that's how I look at the whole thing as far as trading shares, because I already know the minute I start trading shares, the quickest way to get where I needed to be and the safest way for me to do it was to trade shares, because options was just too much for me. I couldn't anticipate anything. Even though Coach was giving out the signals, I still didn't understand it enough to make it work for me. It always worked against me. So I'm like, I can trade shares and just blow it up, just blow it out the water.
Right. Yes, that's what I traded shares for a long time and built it up.
Yeah.
And then I traded options. I was pretty good with the options, but it was days that I make a lot and then give it right back, and that shit was just too wishy-washy, and to the point where I made a lot and I just took the whole account and like I said, I paid the debt off. But then this was like 3 months ago.
Yeah.
And I'm the dollar day king. My account is up to 500.
I'm the exact opposite. I learned on options. Yeah. I'm the exact opposite. Somebody taught me how to trade options, and I never really messed with shares.
Well, y'all heard what's her name? Puny? Is it Puny?
Yeah. Puny.
Did you hear what she said today?
Today? No.
She was in one stock twice today.
Talking about Noonie?
Yeah, Noonie, yeah.
Okay, yeah.
She was in one stock twice today. The same stock me and you talked about earlier that I was in early this morning. She made almost she probably made almost $1,000.
Mm-hmm.
And that was before probably 10 o'clock. I want to say it was before 10 o'clock. So think about it. $1. Says she made that every day. Think about it.
Yeah. Right.
And she was done. Yeah. And I said to myself, she is trading shares. That's what she's doing. She's trading shares. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Every morning. And she come in every morning. It ain't 1,000 every morning, but it's something.
Yeah.
And she quit and come back every morning.
Well, she don't. If you hear, I think at her story, I heard her story one time. She had lost a lot of money in the market trading.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah, she did. Like 30K,
yeah.
something like that.
Okay, all right. I ain't
Coach, coach, I make $100 million. I'm done for the day.
Coach, I make
Yeah.
$250. I'm done for today. She comes in, drops the bomb, and
Rolls
rolls
out.
out. But then you hear again an hour later, she made another $250. Shout out to Noonie.
That's because when you win,
know,
you get
man.
greedy.
with the options, when they put the Greeks that makes the option come up, that's what makes the options get real confusing because the first thing people are saying is, well, I got it in right here and then went down and it came back up and what pass why enter that I'm still down. What's going on? You know? You be like, man,
You don't deal
listen,
with any of that with shares.
yeah,
Right.
you don't. With the shares, you
Wow.
don't deal with that. It don't matter what time, it don't matter how fast it drops.
You don't
You
you
know?
don't deal with that when you sell options either.
Well, yeah, you
The
do. You do
reason
deal with them.
reason why we deal with
Yeah,
time decay and theta and
yeah,
because we
that's
we are we are
when you selling
buying
options. Yeah, that's
options.
not true. You deal with that when you sell options too.
When you
I think he
selling
meant shares.
no, when you are
No, he meant
selling
options. When you
no,
when
when you sell covered
when you sell it,
calls,
you do
the one
deal
thing
with it.
you don't the time decay is your friend.
Well, yeah, it's your friend, but
Oh,
you do
cover
deal with
calls.
it.
Yeah.
You
you
sell
you
covered
still
calls.
deal with the Greeks. The options is all about the Greeks. If you don't know the Greeks, you won't be able to trade them right. You'll be lost without the Greeks.
I'm just now
People can
beginning to
have good
understand them.
Now more or
options,
less I'm talking about
and
time decay with selling covered calls.
that's what I'm talking about. When you
It's
sell
not
a
a it's not
option,
a
a
it's
option,
not
a
a
option.
time decay and covered calls. It works when you sell covered calls. It works in
Yeah,
your
it's the
favor.
opposite. Yeah, it is. It's the opposite because you selling, not buying. But the option itself is based around the Greeks, is what I'm trying to say. Like you said you don't deal with the Greeks when you sell cover
Right.
calls. You do deal with the Greeks because that's what the options is. The Greeks, they made up of the Greeks. Sell one of them cover calls of some fucked up Greeks and see how it come back. You know what I'm saying? That's all I'm saying. I mean,
But
options.
I'm finally learning what the Greeks mean. Like I'm finally getting an understanding of delta and gamma and theta. And I remember hearing them say, yeah, delta has to do with, the amount of, the amount that it's going up or the amount of money that you're going to get
The
per dollar
delta
that you're
is a big part
trading.
of selling options. That's
Yeah.
one of the main things you need to look at when you go to place the sell of an option.
Yeah.
But all of
Coach.
them play a
And
part
gamma
though.
comes into play. The more volatile a stock is, the more gamma comes into play. And then
Mhm.
theta overall comes into play the closer you get to the expiration date because
And you're
they
right.
expire.
Theta
Shares
is
don't
your friend
expire.
whenever you selling too. What happened to Nate?
Yeah.
When you selling, yeah, theta helps you out. Theta is your friend, just like the trend whenever you down. It's your friend. So yeah, the Greeks they have a part in options. Period. No matter if you selling or buying.
I think he fell out. Here he
Why?
is.
Yeah, Nate. There you go. But yeah, with the shares, you don't have to worry about that. I mean, they have Delta on shares and all that, but I mean, shares, shit, you can wait it out. You can buy your way out. you know,
Yeah.
you
And
gotta
I've gotten so crazy now. Start trading a couple of times in Power Hour.
power. Hey, see, that's
Yeah.
one thing I used to get into it with. Well, not get into it with people, but I hear people saying, "Oh, if I don't trade in the morning, I can't trade at all." Shit, Power Hour have a lot of volume in
It really does. Yeah.
it. Power
Yeah.
Hour have a
Is it
lot of volume.
normally people trying to get rid of positions or buying up?
Well,
Maybe
Both.
buying up for the next day?
it's really for scalping, really, to be honest with you.
Mhm.
You buy enough where you can get in and out of there quick and make your
Yeah.
money and move on. But I like Power Hour.
Because
I've
think
seen
about it.
spy options do that. I saw some spy options go from 8 cents up to 32 cents and then back all
Read it
within a
off.
5 minute period.
What's
Huh.
happening during power
Read it off.
hours? You got people taking
Read it off.
profits. You got hedge funds, ETF fund managers rebalancing at the end of the day. People seeing that the stock done went down all day, now they want to buy in, and it's basically the same thing that's happening in the morning, you know.
Yeah, but it's still dangerous. But
yeah.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to dip my Danny DeVito toe. I'm just gonna pay more attention to the hot stock picks, just to kind of play around with it a little bit.
Right.
But I'm like really curious about it. I don't like that I have to wait 2 days to get the money, where options you get it the next day. But it's
well,
worth
that's
it.
That's an easy fix too. You just
what
split
you
the
mean?
account in half.
Split it up.
Yeah.
Well, you don't have to deal with it, Nick, because you're on a margin account, but I'm on a cash account. So
Oh,
you have to
okay.
I have to wait for settled funds and
But
shares. It
hey,
takes 2 days.
They doing away with that soon, though, isn't they? I think
it
Miss
depends.
said they're
I
gonna
thought
be.
they were.
But it depends on how much settled fund. I mean, how much you trading with. Because if you got $1,000, $2,000 account, you can trade with $1,000 out of a $2,000 account every. You could trade today, and then got 1,000 for tomorrow, and then the next day 1,000 will come available for that day. So that's how you should treat it. To be honest with you. Yeah.
Or another way around it is 2 accounts. That way you can just have, if you have 2 accounts, you can trade the whole account this day and trade the whole account on the other one the next day. So there's 2 ways to do it.
True.
But we ain't gonna have to worry about that soon. I don't know the official date, but I think they're gonna do it with. I think they passed it, but they just gonna give all the brokers a chance to I guess they gotta have it in their system by a certain date. And I remember Mitch had looked it up and was talking about it. And I said, man, I can't wait till that day come. Hopefully I won't have to worry about it. You know?
Right.
Hopefully whenever it comes to that time, I have so much bread I ain't worried about no setup fund. What's a setup fund?
Yeah, because Christina cleans up on shares. Nate cleans up on shares. Quite a few people do it. And I'm like, why the hell am I beating myself up with these options? But I tell you what, I do like Apple. I'm going to continue to play with Apple.
But hey,
I'm dipping my toe in them shares, man.
I ain't gonna sit here in front. That's one of the main attractions to the Forex, other than the being able to trade at night, because I got my dad and so much going on to the day is shit with the Forex. I don't have to be right with the time and the Greeks. It's the same thing as shares, basically. I just got to be right with the direction. You don't have as much leverage as options. It ain't gonna make as much money as options, but shit. I mean, that was one of my attractions to it, but I don't recommend nobody to do it. It's vicious, but I'm gonna hang in there. I ain't gonna put no more money into it. Shout out to Miss Linda. I made a promise to myself, but I'm hanging in there though. But I don't have.
I need to get one of them nice little runners that's under $1. It goes
like
up.
Verb went from what it was, Nate, 130 or 1 or something like that, and went to 3. I think it went to $4. I know it went to 350. Yeah, I know Verb went to 350. But shoot, I done seen some do way more than that though.
I know, right? Remember
Top, that's one.
Top went up to like 100 and something, $200, $300 from like $2 or some crazy. I'm like, wow, really? But they were talking about the spreads on them were real crazy though.
Yeah, the spreads on some of them do be wow, but the spreads on the like the stocks like that. When you getting a lot of them, that's when it go to affecting you. But if you ain't getting that many, it may not. But the main thing I be looking at when it comes to the shares, what I be wanting to see is that volume coming in. Like I want to see them candles steady growing, and then if it do like stop for rest, As long as I don't see no big red volume candle come in, I know they ain't just they ain't just selling out. It's just pulling back for some rest, you know.
Yeah. I wonder what's going on with Nate's computer.
I think he
Keeps
riding.
dropping
I
out.
think he on his phone.
That's probably what's going on. Take a break for station identification. Shout out to American Dream Trading. Shout out to Coach and everybody at American Dream Trading. We are following Coach's teachings because he's been in the market for over 30 years. He has traded in every market condition imaginable. And we are primarily based out of his group, the people that are in this chat and on this panel. Again, welcome everybody. Hey, listen, don't forget to smash the like button. There's a few of you in here, but I don't think we have 10 likes. So help the algorithm for me, guys, and smash that like button. Just takes you 2 seconds. It's free.
I didn't even like
if you haven't subscribed,
I'm about to go like it now.
Smash that like
button.
It's
done.
Okay. Cool beans. If you guys also, if anybody is in here who is not yet a member of American Dream Trading and wishes to be, there is a link to join American Dream Trading located right in the description of the video. If you wish to tip the host, feel free to go ahead and click the link that is also in the description, and it's a Cash App going to J&J Video that supports the content and keeps it going. I appreciate you very much. I'll tell you what, I for one thing was pulling my hair out all day today, only because the time that I decided to commit to Apple, I decided to go ahead and lose my damn phone. And Apple had one of its best days yet with regards to a put. I'm dying. I'm like, come on, man.
That FOMO
So
was
here's
front and
my
center.
thing. Do you think it's going to correct, or was today a correction? Because I looked back and Apple's been green for quite a minute. It hasn't had a red day like this in a while. So it was due, and that doesn't necessarily mean that it's over with tomorrow. It might do it again.
Let me go look at Apple chart. I think Apple is in a what you call that when they sell at the top? A trading range distribution.
Is that what you call it? Nate, you okay? Are you driving?
I'm asking. I don't know.
I'm cool.
Okay. I just want to make sure everything was okay.
Was today your first day doing that, Dawn, trading Apple?
Who, me?
Dawn.
Huh?
Was today your first day trading Apple?
No, I wasn't able to get into it today because I lost my phone this weekend, and I can't trade off my computer because I suck at it. But no, I've traded Apple successfully a couple of times. That's why Friday decided to stop beating my head against the wall and stick with it. It's more my speed. I want to go with the Teslas and the SPYs and the NVIDIAs, but Apple is something that I find I tend to do pretty well when I do get into it. And I was just pissed off because it was a put all day long, and I didn't have the ability to get into it. But it's okay because I got a chance to watch and listen to David, listen to Coach, and watch the levels, jot some levels in, and take that into tomorrow. And I'll wait to see what the market gives me. I'm not going to go in thinking that it's going to do the same thing or that it's going to reverse because it did that today. I'm going to wait and see what it gives me. Right, Logan? I'm going to wait and see what it gives me. Right, bro?
Oh, I'm so sorry. I thought my mic was muted.
What's up, Logan?
Hey. He said, what up?
Here's some rice.
Apple done been a lot lower. Wait, it pulled up in a whole bunch of green days, but this is like the biggest red candle out of the whole chart. Today is the biggest red daily candle out the whole chart. Coach said that today too. Coach said this is one of the worst days, best days for us Apple ever had. I was like, hold up, worst, best days. Listen, this daily candle, if you look at Apple on the daily chart, today is the biggest red candle out of the whole chart. It might be the biggest candle, period, out of the whole year, this year. I mean, you probably can find some bigger ones. You can keep going. The farther you go back, yeah, they got some bigger green ones farther back here. But as far as this year, this is the biggest move. And then you come to the side and it only dropped 3.5%. See, that's what I like about Apple. You ain't gonna get no big giant percentage wise. And that's why I got my best results when I was trading options on Apple options. I can't lie about that. I traded Apple more. With options, I traded Apple more than any other company, if you will. I ain't never traded no SPY, nothing like that. They steered us away from that in the beginning. So I'll go find other little stuff that I can get small options out of. But and then I got them trained, and then anyway, Apple was working. So
Yeah, that was just straight down
Apple worked for me.
all day long. And then look at the end there.
Yeah. At the end of the day, when Coach came back in, I took the remaining of my set of funds and just bought it. Bought Apple, whatever I could, partial shares. I'm telling you right now, my Robinhood account ain't got no set of funds. I put all that. I said, man, this thing. I think it's gonna be a dead cat bounce. Then again, it might continue to finish dumping. I don't know. I don't have the crystal ball.
I don't know because
Didn't you ask that,
that
Don?
day it's probably going to continue. It's not hours in here.
Oh, this the chart right here. I wasn't even paying attention. Go to the daily. That's the biggest daily candle I ever seen. That's the daily chart, or
No, this is 2 minutes.
okay.
Here's the daily.
That's the daily. Look at that. That's the biggest red candle out of all the rest of them. Man,
Wow.
even back here, these days had more down volume, but the candle wasn't as big as this one.
Right.
So I mean, even though these days right here, people was buying it up as it dropped. This one right here, it just dumped all day long to the end of the day. Then it closed with no wicks on either side. Just a straight bloodbath. I don't want to talk about it. I'm an Apple fan. I don't even want to talk about it. Change the subject. Talk about Tesla.
Talking about this, right? Just that right there.
Yeah, that right there. I don't even want to talk about it.
That's
Yeah, that's the
crazy.
day. Yes, it is. That means the day opened up and it dumped all day. Didn't retrace at
That's what
all.
I said.
It's a
But you know
straight
what?
down all day.
Look here, and look here. It was due. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 8. Come on, 7.
Yeah.
It was due.
How many candles? Coach got like a number of candles. What it is? 6 candles, 7 candles. I know it's for the 1 minute, but
Yeah, it's like the
you know,
7
like if
candle.
it's 7, yeah. Okay, the 7
Yep.
candle, yeah.
So we got one decided to chop as hell this day. 3, 4. You got these 2 doji days, so that means it was about to change direction. It was letting us know, hey, red days are coming.
Mm-hmm.
And it had one more green day, but you can see it's not a whole lot of volume in that. So right there, that's letting you know, okay, we still green, but we about to switch things up. And boom, here you go.
And then these 2 bigger candles right here, they on low volume. So that lets you know it's pushing up. But wait, I'm looking at the doggone Evo candles. I'm tripping. Wait, where your volume is? Slow down, dog. Stop moving it. All right. Okay, yeah. What I was gonna say ain't even valid. I was looking at Evo candles. I'm sorry.
It's light right here. There's the volume, but it's real.
All right, they pushed up on regular volume. And then them two dojies right there, they was on low volume, so that is, you know, that the down about to come. You know, if the doji is at the top of the chart and it's on low volume, that means the trend is changing. If the doji is at the bottom on low volume, then that means the trend about to go. That means something is about to happen. You know, that's how I look at it anyway. Don't mind
Not
me,
that you didn't just say the same shit I just said.
Well,
like, did it not have any validity because it came out of my mouth or something?
No, it
That's
ain't
the
that.
same shit I just said right here.
Yes, I know that, but at first I was looking at the Evo candles. Don't act like you ain't never got the Evo candles mixed up with a different candle now.
Sound like
who you telling? I just learned what the hell the Evo candles were all them damn months. I'm like, oh, down here?
I thought the Evo candles were volume candles.
sound like it to me.
I had them mixed up. I'm sorry, Darren. Yes. What you just said, yes. Yeah.
Don, he was trying to get his 2 cents in.
You should have saw my face a couple months ago. I lit up. He was trying to what?
He was trying to get his 2 cents in.
Get your piece in.
So, I think Coach ought to call. Coach ought to call Fridays Shares Friday.
Yes, because it's so volatile, and then the options be just depleted.
All of this.
I think this whole day. I think this whole week is gonna be like this.
Me too. What you were saying, Don? That's a trend, ain't it? That thing just going up, look like stairs.
Look at this.
That's step.
Look at the Evo though. I'm serious.
All green. That's a daily. We haven't seen a red Evo candle yet. Keep going back, though. You had to mess up a good
look
thing.
At this.
That little dip right there, yeah.
Green. Right here.
Let me come back here.
And that's a cup.
When it came down to that day right there, that's when I probably first came into the group. What month is that? At the bottom of that, the little Yui thing. Cause I had bought one share of Apple one time for like $137 and sold it for $195. I had the trailing stop on it. It ain't never, like each day my trailing stop had expired. I had to go back and put it in. It was in Robinhood. You know how they actually do. You want to go for 90 days? I guess I had it too loose.
Yeah.
It ain't never triggered it though. Well, but when it got close to 200, I started tightening it up because I felt like, I ain't wanted to just drop, which it did. I don't think did it ever reach 200? I don't think it did.
No, it never did. I was talking to David the other day. The highest it got was 188 and some change. Like 73 or something like that. Because I told him it was me, Data, and Ted in it. And it kept going up, and I thought I was gonna stay in it because I thought it was gonna hit 2. But when I saw it had so much resistance at 198 and couldn't get past it, I got out of it.
Mm-hmm. But Nate, I've been practicing in the morning with the thing. What I do is, and I know you said you don't do this here, but I just buy like a couple of shares on that list that be on Webull. You know, the list that y'all be talking about in the Zoom in the morning.
Right.
And I find one, I probably go down the list. It seems like I don't do good with the first one, but I come down the list probably about the third, whatever one that is.
Right.
I know coaches like once they go over 20% or 30%, that's when they start getting attention. And I go in and find one, and then I buy probably like 10 shares or whatever, not a lot of bread, and I go ahead and I put a limit sell, take profit in,
Right.
and then it shoot up and hit it, and I'd be like, damn, that shit just worked, you know, like.
Oh yeah.
But usually I wait till the bell open up. That way I can just follow it up with my like I don't use a trailing stop. I just keep dragging my stop up like that. Yeah.
Yeah, because in the morning time you don't have no stops. So.
Yeah. So yeah, you don't have no stops. So I just go in and where I think it might, or if it start taking off, I don't put it in right away. You know, I put one up kind of high and let it see if it'll go up there and get it.
Yeah, I usually have my mental stops. I got mentally I know where it's gonna be. So you know, so I'll hang with that. You know, like I say, I know it just was easier for me once I figured out I could lose a little bit and it wouldn't bother me. You know, yeah. So mentally, it just quit bothering me. I don't even worry about it.
That's my thing. I've been doing that here lately. I ain't trying to get the whole move. I just need some of it.
Right.
That way I ain't got to worry about that dropping off and not getting nothing at all. You know.
Right.
Okay, JoJo. No, I've never looked at the 20-day chart. I've looked at the 1 hour chart, but I've never looked at a 20-day chart.
I look at the weekly sometimes.
The 20-day chart.
Well, I ain't never heard of the 20-day chart.
Yeah.
Yeah, I didn't know.
I never heard of that.
I mean, me neither.
The 20.
You be using you use trailing stops, Nate?
Who?
Yeah, wait, shit, I already know the answer to that. I said, do you use trailing stops?
Every now and again. I mean, you know.
If it gets so far up there.
Yeah. Usually if I convert to that, because I know Coach, he likes to ride his stuff way up, and I just kind of, I don't know, I just kind of, I done played it on my calculator. I know when I get close to my profit, I just kind of go on to get out. I don't really try to ride it like that.
Right.
Yeah. So.
This is the 1 hour chart for Apple right here.
The 1 hour chart. But it's a journey. Like I said, you know, you gotta stay with it. Yep, you gotta stay with it.
It is.
Yeah.
It really is. It really is. I think I'm gonna get out of so much of the volatility of SPY and Tesla,
right?
And stay in Apple. And I'm gonna dip and dab in some shares. I wanna really start paying attention to those hot stock picks, not to stay in them, but to see if I can't catch some of these pre-market setups that's going on.
Yeah, I don't never stay in the hot stocks. I don't. You ever do that? You ever hold them, Nate?
Hold them high.
They said hold them high. That's one of the biggest mistakes that I hear new people make when they go to the hot stock, and then they claim they don't work. It's a hot stock. It's in the name. If I give you a hot potato, would you hold that?
Yeah.
Come on now. I mean,
that's how you got to think about it.
Yes,
that's a good analogy.
It's a hot stock.
Yeah.
Hot. Don't hold on to it. You know.
And it depends on the news. Sometimes, even when I get in, because I notice me and Coach's hot stocks are kind of like right in the same area. So, you know, like I said, depending on what the news is, I'm in them so early. I done rolled them up, and you know, every now and again, one of them will take off. I can tell you right now, the stocks that do halt, you need to keep an eye on them a lot.
That's what I was gonna ask you.
Yeah. When they halt, those are the ones I keep an eye on, because those could potentially run up so fast, and you make a good little bit of money off those. Yeah.
Yeah. See, that's what I was gonna ask you too. If I'm in it already and they halt, I don't have a problem with that. But it seemed like the ones that I went into after they halted, I never had success with it. So I made a little rule for myself. I was like, well, if after it start halting and all that, I don't want nothing to do with it, because some of them just be halting back to back, and like, they'd be like, it's halted to the upside, it's halted to the downside. Like,
Right.
how you tell what side it's halted to? That's what I don't. That's
Well,
what I don't get.
that's what Coach was trying to tell you. If you got your stops in on that halt,
Hmm.
then and you moving it up, then when it unhalts, you still gonna have some profits.
Right. Right.
So you just gotta
Yeah.
you just gotta make sure you got a stop in there. So when it unhalts, you don't get caught up in that turn.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what he
Because
talks about all the time.
right.
Yeah.
I had played. I think it was Plug.
Mm-hmm.
This was whenever Plug was like real small, and Plug had holding on me, and I had went kind of heavy. Coach had called it out. If Coach called out something about 3 or 4 times, this something that's on my list. I'm gonna get on it.
Oh yeah, it's a
Plug
wrap.
went up there. I was in the profit. I'm
Mm-hmm.
telling you, whenever Plug hold it, I was nervous as hell. I had to stop in place and everything.
Mm.
I was nervous. I was like, man, this thing about to take it away from me. That was the longest halt I ever had to wait through. But whenever it came out, it came out and kept going forward. You know
Right.
what I'm saying? Like it kept going. But the times when them suckers I'm watching it trying to get in, and then I hear them call it halt it, and I try to wait on the halt to end,
Yeah.
it just don't end up right for me. Like, but that be the ones, like you said, that be the ones that they make the most money off of. Is the ones that just, I mean, I don't know.
Yeah.
I'm gonna have to make a new rule for it. I'm gonna have to learn how to get in after a halt, because
Well,
I
and
just.
I've noticed, Coach. A lot of times, if you look at what he's doing and listen to him, he
Hmm.
on those halted stocks, he when he gets in them, he's in them for 10, 15,000 shares. So yeah,
Yeah.
and I guess that's probably where I got that from, because I load up on them too. Yeah.
Hmm.
So even if they do go up a couple of pennies, I done made 700, 800, nine
Yeah.
hundred dollars real quick. Yeah. So, but that's always the situation with me on a halted stock. Yeah. Because we get a few of them that halt before pre-market, and I mean while they in pre-market, but they only halt on news. They don't halt on anything else. So I normally try to get in them. I'll have my finger on the order, ready to go. Yeah, when they unhold, I'm ready to jump in.
But Dawn, uh,
Yeah.
damn, I just lost my train of thought. What I was gonna say, me and Mr. Mark. Well, Mr. Mark, not me. I'm just in there with the rest of the group in the morning. We started doing support and resistance charting in the morning time. Uh, we started with Microsoft. Well, I wasn't there this morning because I had went to sleep. Then I had to get my dad to the appointment, so I just didn't
Mm-hmm.
turn the Zoom on this morning. Did they do it this morning, Nate?
Do it. Did
I
what?
think Miss Linda. Did they do the support and resistance on the chart this morning? Well, you usually
Uh,
come in at about like 5 though. Well, we did it. It was still dark when we had there at Microsoft. I don't know if they
I
did
don't
it
know.
today though.
I don't know if
Miss
they
Linda
did. Yeah.
must be there.
Yeah.
But he said we're gonna do the pre-market, the pre-market stocks, because at first we
Mm-hmm.
couldn't pick out nothing, pick out one, and somebody called Microsoft. We ended up doing that one.
Right.
And so Mr. Mark decided that we was gonna work our way down not the hot stock, the pre-market list
Mm-hmm.
of different tickers to chart out
Right.
as a group, you know, to help the ones that really,
Mm-hmm.
don't chart like that. So
I don't know. I
that was a
listen.
pretty good little
Yeah.
exercise.
Yeah. Yeah.
But it was still dark outside,
Uh-huh.
so I don't know. Because I remember doing it. It was dark when I got up and I
Mm-hmm.
left, went to the store.
Yeah, usually for
I don't know
me.
if they did it this morning.
Yeah, usually for me, I do stuff so crazy I don't even realize what I'm doing half the time till after. Like Dawn was saying, I didn't know I was charting. I just had a mental thing,
Yeah, that's charting.
I don't draw no lines. I don't put nothing on mine. Ain't nothing on mine but the VWAP. That's it. I have no other lines on mine. That's it. That is it.
That VWAP is an important one, though, ain't it? You
Uh
don't use the volume, Nate?
yeah, well the volume come up at the bottom of my screen.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah, the
but
volume candles, yeah.
yeah, but the VWAP doesn't really affect me in the morning time. Pre-market because I'm trying to catch it at the low. So if it fall all the way past VWAP in the morning, I'm trading it because it's down in the weeds. So yeah, so that don't really. I mean, I could really care less about VWAP at that point. Yeah.
See, because I guess I think I was scared off from some of those because I think it ran up, but well it came back down and I stopped looking at it because I'm like I guess that was a bust. But what you're saying is no, when it comes down, usually if volume continues to pour in, it's setting up to run again.
Well, I said before pre-market. I mean, but while it's in pre-market. Now when it's regular market
after the market's open.
when it's after 9:30, VWAP, I probably wouldn't trade it down below VWAP unless I see something down there that makes me think it's just gonna go down there and stop. You see what I'm saying? So that's the only way I would trade it. But I know Coach, he don't like us to trade anything below VWAP. And I try not to do that, but if I see something that's gonna make me think that stock gonna come back up, because even if you follow your charting or whatever you want to call it, sometime it'll go down there and find the floor and just bounce back up. Yeah, so it happens. I mean, I've had it happen a couple of times, but only like I said, doing pre-market, I trade like that where I never look at the VWAP because it doesn't make any difference to the way I trade.
Man, look.
So you said, unless I see something that makes me think it's going to bounce back up, such as what?
You miss out on a lot.
Sometime it'll go down if you watch the, the 5 day, you watch out a month and you notice it done bounced on that bottom down there a couple of times. Then sometime when it goes down below VWAP, I recognize that it's done hit down there 4 or 5 times. That's the bottom. You follow me? So even if it comes back up, I mean it may go down 5 pennies, 10 pennies, but even if it come back to VWAP and I'm down there within the 10 pennies, I done made 10 pennies on my money. So I could care less whether it get back to VWAP or go beyond VWAP. You see what I'm saying? Because I done made my money. Right. Yeah.
Listen, Don.
Double bottoms.
Just get up like 2 hours
bottoms.
earlier and come to the Zoom and
Nate
and Linda be having that thing on fire. You think they have fire call outs at 9?
Yeah.
I'm telling you, because I'll do my little thing and then it'll be slowing down. I go check on my pops. I had a Zoom just playing after we get through talking in the morning. And then I hear Nate talking. And then I hear Miss Linda. Miss Linda like the secretary. You know what I'm saying? Miss Linda back. Check out XORO. Yeah, I'm going to mess with that one. Every morning, I'm like, damn, you can make a list of them. I don't know.
Well, but you know what? I don't suggest everybody do that because it took me a minute to get down to the point where I would trade pre-market. I mean, really, it took me a minute because what happened with me, I started watching the stock news, and I noticed these press releases was coming out right at about 7:00.
Yeah,
and I'm like, well, darn, if I wait till 10 o'clock to get in, I might have missed it by 3 hours.
Right.
The market had already jumped around and did what it wanted to do. So I said, you know what? let me try to trade on the news earlier. So that's when I started getting up and I started looking at the news and I said, okay, we got something here. Let me, that's going to make it jump. So, I'll go ahead and dip some small money in there just to see what it's going to do. And I don't time it. I just look at where the candles are, where they're hitting at the bottom. And I'll just go ahead and put an order in just in case that sucker come back down there. Now, if it don't come back down there and I miss the trade, oh well, I missed the trade. You see what I'm saying? Yeah, I don't cry. Yeah. Oh yeah, I don't cry about it. I really don't. I just because my thing is I'm watching because remember now I only got 2 screens. I got 2 laptops. One of them has got the news on it, and the other one has got Webull on it. So really, I ain't watching nothing other than that. That's it. So I have to almost put in pre-orders to make sure I get in on certain stocks that I know may run. Now, if they don't run, that's fine. It didn't pick up my order. I'm cool. I just move on to something else. Yeah.
No, I wasn't.
And you do that based on it hitting that spot a good 2, 3, 4
times.
Yeah,
it's no different than what you was talking about, drawing your resistant lines and your support,
waiting in the weeds,
double bottoms and all that good stuff.
Yeah. I wasn't suggesting nobody trade P-market. It's very dangerous. What I'm saying is, when I listen to y'all, because I only have one little laptop, but I have 2 screens on my thing. I'm doing my little Forex thing on the other one, and then whenever Miss Linda tell you to go check one out, or you be like check one out, I'll go and check it out on myself. And then when you pull that thing down, it remembers all the stocks that I looked at for the day. And when I say the ones that y'all call out, even if it don't hit the hot stock list, it act like a hot stock after the day passed. Because I like go through them and check them out. Like, I don't even remember putting this in my queue. Let me see. I'll be like, dang, that thing exploded. Like the ones that y'all like. All the things ain't on the Weaver list though. Where y'all that Investopedia thing?
Yeah, but this is
what you be looking at.
But this the thing you got to remember, and Coach done said this today. Even if you don't journal those stocks, you'll never know when to trade them because I already know certain stocks I'm not gonna take in after 9:30.
Okay.
I only trade them doing pre-market because I know the run on them is going to just be pre-market. If I take them in the open, I'm probably going to lose money on them.
That's true. You know how to act then.
Yeah, I journal it. I put it in there. If I have problems with that stock, I put it in my journal. I say, oh my God, this is a piece of junk here.
Because I heard you today, somebody called out something. It was a similar stock that we didn't have before. I don't think it was Top. It was something else. It was TTOO or something.
Yeah,
and you was like, I don't mess
Mullins.
with that.
Yeah, Mullins.
You was like, I don't mess with that.
Yeah.
He told us straight up. I done had better names. I don't mess with that. I don't even need to go look at it.
Lucy.
Lucy.
Every time I see Lucy, I say, if I get in Lucy gonna have some explaining to do because she gonna take all my money. So I leave Lucy alone. I don't care what Lucy doing.
Lucy.
Now, if I get in Lucy, it's just scalping. It just quick in and out.
Yeah.
So.
You got some explaining to do.
Because you get ready to take my money. But I'm learning. Like I say, I'm learning. I'm just trying to get good at it.
Yeah.
You know what? You had to laugh because you're trying to get good at it. $2 million. What's good to you?
What's good to me?
It's because you are fantastic.
I want to get so good at it that I do it like Coach do it. I can pull it up in 30 seconds. I can tell you what's going on with that stock. I can tell you, when you can play it, when you shouldn't play it. I want to be like that.
Dude, Coach has got some type of magic 8-ball in his brain when it comes to stock. He can just look at it and read it like a damn book.
I tell you, don't let Coach fool you now. He might have went and got them new glasses where he can see behind that stock.
Hey, I'm gonna tell you who else be having some good call outs. Lee Zinga.
Oh yeah.
Lee Zinga be having some good call outs, boy. I mean, hey,
yeah.
Oh hell yeah. Lee definitely is on point.
Yeah. But most of these guys that be doing these call outs, a lot of them don't even be trading them. They just call them out. Yeah.
I know.
But I'm like,
Lee does that. Yeah. Lee doesn't get in half the shit he calls out, but he looks out for everybody else.
Exactly. But usually after about 10 o'clock, I try to get in stuff that I can get in, make a couple of $100, get out, jump into something else. I ain't trying to ride nothing for the day because it seemed like, and if it's me, tell me it's me, but after about noon, the market looked like it just be in a daze.
It dries
it do. I noticed that. It's really like that. In the forex, that bitch just go completely dead after they be like shift change.
And that's the thing. It tells you that you need to develop a way to get in the market quick, make your money, and get out and go do something else. How many times Coach done told us that?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So
another thing that I did notice around that, what we talking about, it's to be a change in direction also around that time. Like say if the market came out, or the pre-market was, all the stocks was rising and then they fell in the morning, it seemed like once lunchtime rolled around, it seemed like they go into a recovery mode. Like that number, but not today. Today was all day. Alpha drug us the whole market down. But on regular days, it seemed like the sentiment changes. Like in the beginning, when I first started trading, Coach would be like, sit the first 30 minutes out. I used to wait until after the market died down before I even try, because the volatility, it really do get quiet around lunchtime. I guess I don't know if it's lunchtime or I don't know what it is. It don't pick back up into power hour.
Yeah, I used to do that. I used to trade the same way. Yeah. But now I kind of, I be going rogue sometime. I really do. Sometimes I be going rogue. I just
go rogue.
Yeah, I do, man. I need to cut that out. I swear I need to cut that out.
Going rogue. Let's talk
what do you
about
do
it.
To go rogue? What's going
rogue
on?
Is when I'm chasing.
Diet.
Yes. Chasing.
For me too. That's what be that 3% rule. I'm trying to be strict with it, and the main reason why is so I don't go rogue. I get mad at the stock and be like, I'm gonna get it back.
Wow. Well, I ain't never did the 3 or 5% rule. I just go rogue. I get into stuff because somebody hauling it out. So what I start doing, sometimes I disappear. I just cut it off. I cut the screen off where I can't even hear y'all. Because you're hauling out too much stuff. And by that time, think about it now. If I'm trading at 7 o'clock, I'm taking my first trade somewhere between 6:30 and 7. By the time I get on the phone with y'all, I've really done traded about 4 different stocks. So I done made my money pretty much all I'm going to make that day that I really done concentrating on making. You follow me?
Right.
So anything after that, either I done been in it already, or either I'm just chasing. Yeah.
So basically, by the time the market done, so I catch the heart of the Nate whenever I come on in the morning and hear y'all talking.
Yeah, it's rough, man. I tell you, because I've just learned to. It is. Sometimes it is.
Nate
rough.
said I hate 7 o'clock this morning. I think it was this morning or yesterday morning.
No, 8.
It's 8 o'clock. What is one of them right at the 8 o'clock? That shit just shoot up. I saw that too on a lot of stocks. I said, "Damn, what is come from?"
It go right past. It go right past my sell orders and everything, and I'll be like,
Do they feel though? Like, do they feel or they don't?
Oh, they gon'. Well, by that time, I'm already filled.
Okay,
It's just
yeah.
that I move them up so high that I used to think that once those candles pop up like that, they would catch your sale order, but that suckers will blow right through it.
Yeah, that's what I was wanting to know. Like,
Yeah,
we
yeah.
still ain't figured out what's going on there. I think
Well,
I
they,
don't know what's going
from
on
what I
there.
understand, the market is waking up. The establishment done got up in there, so they done cut their computers on. They ready to see what they gonna do, and that's why it does that.
Yeah, that's just
So yeah,
weird.
oh yeah. So what I try to do, I mean, I catch myself. I'll be like, oh Lord, I need to get out this thing before market opens up because I do not want to drag this thing going into the market because it's gonna probably tank like a mug on me. So because by that time I ain't got no stops in. You see what I'm saying? I don't have no
Right.
stops. So
Yeah.
you got to take what you get. So I try to
I'm
get out of
laughing.
everything. Yeah.
I'm laughing because when I first started doing the forex, I used to be scared to death to trade the New York session. So the New
Mm.
York session start around 7 in the morning. It start before the bell, but the bell is what make it go crazy for the stock
Mm-hmm.
because the markets they correlate. So my dad used to be like, "You ain't trading right now." You used to be like, "Wait till a certain time, 10 o'clock." I'd be like, "Hell no!" I tell him because he watch Gunsmoke a lot. I'd be like, "Man, first of all, I gotta be the hell out of Dodge City before
Right.
that morning bell ring. I gotta have my trades closed, the stop losses,
Yeah.
trailing stops in place." But I trade the New York session now. I just had to go to the 5 minute time frame
But
because the
I,
New
but
York
I,
is
yeah.
too
But I,
fast.
I tell you this: if you ever cut your computer on real early in the morning, around 5:30, 6 o'clock, 7 o'clock, if you look over in the book over in the L2, you'll
Uh-huh.
see all those orders over there. And you'll see 20, 30, 40,000 shares. And those people are waiting to get filled.
Yep.
And you'd be like, oh my God, everybody's over in there camping out.
That's the
Just
most
camp.
volume traded, I
Oh
believe,
yeah. Because
in the
now
whole.
you know if they sitting down there in the weeds, they already got orders in the weeds, just like I do.
Hmm.
So those are traders like us that understand that if they get in low like that and ride it up, they could make a lot of money real quick. Yeah, real quick.
Hey, that right there, what you had to, it took me a while to figure that out. I used to
Mm-hmm.
want to jump and chase into it to get like I have a channel draw
Mm-hmm.
and buy at the top of the channel. Like that don't make no sense at all.
Yeah,
I had to learn that the hard way.
buying
You
it
can
going
make
you
way
buying it going
more.
up. Yeah, you buying it
Yeah,
going up.
yeah, I'm messing up. I'm doing a complete
Yeah.
opposite.
So you say you just show
I'm
up,
doing
you just go in on Weeble at like 5 or 6 in the morning, and you'll see people
it
waiting
on
over
there
in the
too.
L2. What it shows different stocks
No, just
or
I'll depending on what I'm looking at. If it's a stock that's got good news, if you look at that order book, you be like, "Oh my God, look at all the
mm-hmm.
orders over there standing up waiting."
Yeah.
Yeah, let
And
me
then
Wow.
if
go.
price come down
Yeah.
to that area.
Oh yeah, and you can see them. They'll start. You can see the orders just disappearing because they done already been filled, and it'll almost tell you based on where that bid and ask is how low that stock is gonna go. Because a lot of times, if it's reachable, that's to go down there and get those orders that's sitting there waiting to be filled. It'll go down that low and catch them. So
Hmm.
guess what? I be like, okay, somebody looking at the same thing I'm looking at. Let me go on down here and put in my order. Maybe it'll pick it up. And it picks it up most of the time because I'll be trading into that order book. So if I see somebody
Mm-hmm.
with 20 or 30 shares, 30,000 shares, I know if I got 10,000, my order gonna get filled. You see what I'm saying?
Hmm.
Yeah, yeah.
Right.
So I'll sit down there, I'll wait. I ain't got no problem. I go look at another stock. Yeah.
Because whenever somebody hit it with a market sell,
Yeah.
they're gonna have to come down there in order to sell their shares. They're gonna have to come to you. Because you're gonna be the only one that's waiting to buy them.
Somebody, somebody got to be selling them for you to buy them. So
Yeah, there go Mark McSee. I see Mark McSee in the comment. Mark, I was telling him about the support and resistance. Did y'all do it this morning? I don't know if you listening or not. I saw you put I don't know if they did it this morning because I was disgusted. I ain't even come in the zone until late.
Shout out to Mark. I was just thinking about you, Mark. Hopefully he had a good day.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go ahead and hit the like on Coach's video over here and go ahead and share and play it. That way we can't say we didn't watch it, right?
Why you getting that together?
Carter.
I was gonna ask Nate about this because there was a guy that had a theory about the hot stocks that he was talking to Cox about. Cox, you still listening? You on here?
He had a theory.
Yeah, about when they go down at the. You remember the guy that was talking about at the end of the day that the hot stocks will come back to VWAP? You remember that day?
I think I do.
Yeah.
I don't remember it. No.
Yeah, and I've been watching them. They do that. He was right.
Wasn't his thing more of a question than he was saying he was observing, but it was like more of a question than.
Well, he might have been asking you, do that. I don't know, but I remember y'all saying, well, both of y'all was talking about it. Yeah, about how at the end of the day, sometimes right before power hour, them hot stocks are like if they've been beat down so much, they'll come back up to VWAP. You can catch them right there and ride them up, But you got to be ready to get out because it'll go right back down like a second wave of a.
I remember that guy.
Mm-hmm.
I remember that guy hearing you talk about him because he said that about VWAP.
Yep.
Yeah, but if you're going to do that, why wait on VWAP? Yeah, just catch them low. Yeah.
Right. I'm picking up on that.
Yeah.
I'm going to hit play on this.
Yeah.
Gentlemen.
This a new video?
Yeah, $3 on it. I don't know what that means. Don, you know how to maneuver around this thing, ain't it? I don't know nothing about this stuff.
Yeah, I'm picking it up.
On the videos together.
Yeah, I can't do none of this stuff.
We didn't hear it though, Don. You gotta cut the volume on. Play it again.
I rarely get sick, so I'm not a happy camper. Somebody said they sick.
Yeah. Mark McSee. I had a sore
this right here. So this 213 is Tesla has to stay above 213. Otherwise, we're going to be looking back down here. Quite a bit down to this channel. Look how strong this channel is right here. Let me show you. You see this?
So yeah, it is kind of fuzzy.
213 is really critical.
It look like I don't have my glasses on.
You don't need them. It's fuzzy.
Be looking back. Here again, you see it? So this two mark and others that are holding long term on that. So that's a big one. Now, did anybody your conviction into these trades? I had SPY here as an example. If you look at this SPY from yesterday, this is the trade we were talking about here in the morning when it flatlined right here. And then look at this trend line. See this? And it just kept going. It still kept going. Right? No, you see both of these? So if you got in on this, right, these trend lines are going to help you guys hold that conviction.
Mark McSee, there's your trend lines, bud.
See it right there? Look at
ride that down and ride it back.
How beautiful that is.
Right there.
So
today when Apple was going down, I noticed when the green started picking up, I started drawing a trend line from the bottom green on up, and that's when I knew, okay, yeah, it definitely shifted. You know what I mean? Those trend lines help.
Mm-hmm. Hey, I heard you say, "Don't let them true on you; they'll get broken."
Right? That's what they're meant to be. When they break, you know to get out of them.
Yeah.
Beautiful trend line until here. I mean, AI was an absolute perfect example of this. If you entered anywhere in here, let me draw this trend line. Right? So this was your trend line. Okay? Entry, right? Or trend line we were at. It pulled back, made a different looking move, but then it started again right here, and then it took off and didn't make a change until here. Pulled back, and then what? If I drew another, and then
right there, and then there.
It worked out just like that as well.
Yeah, that's perfect. This is a great lesson for today. We never do take profits, and this is why I tell you guys, and I'm going to use AI just because we're staring at it, and this just isn't for you. This is a lesson for everybody, and I say this all the time.
Pre-market.
Let's say your daily goal is $100.
That would be
you are in this AI trade. You got in at the perfect 2-minute EWO. It pops up. You're like, I'm up 100 and I get out. So anyways, so you're up 100 and you get out. Here's the problem. This ran and you would have made $600. How about you let this take you $2,000 today?
Yeah, look at that.
And out at 100, and you have 3 bad red days.
This would have made up for it.
In 2 green days, and you're. Does that make sense? It was already in the 2-minute at the go. All we need to do is just make sure it's happening. See right here. So this one was.
I just got to give Coach his props on C3 AI. That thing, I believe, was C3 AI. AI was a hot stock in the beginning.
Yeah.
That's one of the ones that was a hot stock that turned into a stock. Okay?
Right. That's true.
I was looking at the year of AI. The Coach called that thing.
Which is somewhere in.
But you know he 100% right though, because it's hard to stay in a trade when you watching the money, you know.
Yes, it is.
Yeah.
Yes, it is.
No. This is where I shift back. Look how long that went flat. Here, right? You see how this, as soon as it started to break this previous long candle, like right here, then that could be another shave point or your first shave point, right? Then it comes back up and you're like, oh, okay, well, I'm still golden. Coach said as long as it doesn't break, here's your break and hold, you're out. So you collected to here to here, or, right, if this is our byline, or here to here, or, you know, here to here, or here to here. It took until here before you started losing. In the trade till noon. and then went, oh, I guess in the bed now, right? But I mean, you had so many things going on. It was looking good. See how this is a ski slope? See it? Roll.
AI is a ski slope. I'm looking at the all time right now. Man, that's a trend line for you. I'm looking at AI, the video. Oh, I'm looking at AI. All right. You know how on TradingView you can go so far back till you got to let duck that's walking, so that's the beginning. And AI was $179 at its highs when it first came, then it just dropped. And coach was like, I told y'all AI was gonna run. I told y'all. And it just dropped, plummeted all the way down to like $11. And when they hit 11, it down there in them weeds. It's just been up ever since. Ever since then. But then if you look down there, every single earnings report got a green E up under it. So I'm guessing the company is a good company. Like I don't know. And then like soon as it came down to 11, from there on out, the volume counters is you can't even see the volume back here, but you can see the volume on these last two humps.
Right.
Or whatever this is, the daily. AI, I just never had luck with. Well, I did something I shouldn't have been doing. It's playing a lottery ticket on earnings. I played a lottery ticket on earnings. AI, it was an option. That thing turned to dust. I said I ain't touching AI no more. I shouldn't have been touching it then in the first place. But AI, man, a hot stock turned to a stock.
What time y'all got off of here last night?
Last night.
Cause I can't.
Oh yeah, you did come in last night, but we ain't hear you. We got off on them because Dawn had to do her. Was it the vegan show? No, she had to do the couple show.
Couples.
What is it? What is it called, Dawn? 90 Day Fiance.
90 Day Fiance.
Yeah, her reaction show.
Talking about the show like on TV? The 90 Day? Oh.
Dawn got a YouTube show she do on that, and so that's what time we had left. Whatever time that start. We stayed on here till probably about, I guess around this time. I don't know.
No, it was later than this.
What time did 90 Day Fiance show start, Dawn? Is Dawn here?
I see her thing up. I don't know if she's there.
She probably talking to us on mute.
Yeah. Well, she ain't gonna have no problem finding no couples because 90 days, shoot, they ain't nothing. Yeah. 90 days. Dang.
She say her sound is gone.
Oh.
I'm gonna have to get out of here in a few. I gotta go take my daddy to Sugar Shack. Get him a plate.
Sugar Shack.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, I'm gonna get ready for tomorrow myself because I'm gonna try to make some money tomorrow.
Yeah, because hopefully this chop be out of here. Like it's been chopping here lately. You know what? I noticed ever since they did that credit report thing on the United States, that news right there, the market ain't been the same since they did that credit downgrade. And I thought the FCMO day was gonna bring us back. It really didn't. The market ain't been the same since that downgrade.
Computers are.
Yeah. Well, I'm gonna be.
You know how these old computers are. Playing around with YouTube, I ended up knocking my sound out.
Yeah, I came in here last night. I think
we got off here at about 7:30 last night, Dave.
Oh, okay. Because I came in by mistake or something. And I was like, darn, who is she talking to? Like you had your family on there. Yeah. I thought y'all was having a family reunion or something.
No, the first time, don't. The
But
first
do you
time.
and your wife ever watch that show?
We've been married
That 90 Day Fiance show?
We've been married 36 years. We don't know nothing about that.
They said 90 days. That ain't nothing.
Yeah, shoot, we don't know nothing about that. I don't watch nothing. I don't watch no crazy stuff like that. Naked in the Wild and all that kind of stuff. I don't watch that stuff.
Naked and Afraid?
Yeah.
Naked and Afraid is cool. I haven't watched that in a while. I used to like that show though.
I ain't never watched no stuff like that.
That's
I'm
a crazy
like,
show.
man, please.
Jen's uncle called us one day and said, "Oh my God, it's this show I just saw, Naked and Afraid. You guys got to turn it on."
Shoot.
And we watched a few episodes of it. It was like, okay, yeah, that's enough of that.
The first thing popped in my head was Saturday Night Live when that little bitch was on there. When what's her name? The girl, the lady, Stacey. What's her name? Jones, Leslie Jones. She was Naked and Afraid with Leslie Jones. That shit was funny.
I should have been on that. I should have been on. They should have had Naked and Afraid when I was in my 20s. I'd have got on that show because we wouldn't have been naked long. We'd have been lost.
Naked Nate.
Yes, sir. The cameraman be like, "Hey, where they went?"
I guess I'm going to go ahead and get on off of here, guys, so I can go ahead and activate this phone so I can hopefully get in some trades tomorrow.
Right. I'm going to see y'all in the morning. I'm about to get ready to go take my pops to Sugar Shack.
All righty. Well, hopefully everybody make money tomorrow. So that's a good thing.
All right.
Yeah. Yep.
All right.
That's on the agenda.
So if I hit the leave button, that means I'm gone, right?
Yeah, or I can knock you out just to be, if you want me to do
I don't want to come on here and by accident y'all be on here with 89 day fiance or something.
Yeah, no, if you hit leave, that'll take you out.
All right, well, I'm hitting leave.
Thank you for coming. I appreciate you.
All right. All right, talk to you.
I love it when you come in here.
Everybody have a good night.
All right. All right,
you too,
y'all.
Cox.
All right, Cox.
Thank you for stopping in.
All right.
Thank you, Ralph, for coming and hanging out, honey. I appreciate it.
All right, Don.
Yep. And everybody, I want y'all to have a safe evening. And, let's try to do this thing again tomorrow. Shout out to Coach and everybody over at American Dream Trading. Again, like I mentioned, if you found value in the stream, then go over to the description of the video and you'll see links to watch more YouTube videos from Coach if you want to learn how to get some of his strategies down. If you like what you heard today, it's right there in the description of this video, his YouTube channel, as well as the link to join American Dream Trading if you're not a part of it. If you want to support the content so that we can keep the aftermarket going, the Cash App is there. If you'd like to donate a couple bucks to the cause, it's much appreciated. And if you want to follow me on other forms of social media, my link tree is also in there. Guys, thank you so much. Everybody down in the chat, it's too many of you to name. Linda, Arlo, you guys are down there. Juan, everybody. I saw everybody down there. Brad, James, Miranda, thank you guys all so much. I saw Danny Hobbs down there. You name it, and I saw it. So I appreciate you all so much for coming and supporting the stream. And you guys have a wonderful night. And I will see you mañana at 5 o'clock. Live at 5, baby. Peace and blessings.